everyone. Welcome to the Programmers Lab podcast. We're here today with Abhijeet Shah, AVP-Delivery Nitor Infotech. Abhijeet is a self-proclaimed tech geek as well as a well-loved thought leader here at Nitor. Last year, he introduced us to the concept of a product engineering mindset, on which he has written several blogs, recorded a podcast, as well as hosted a LinkedIn Live event. You'll find the details of these in the description down below. So Abhijeet, speaking of blogs, you've also recently written a blog highlighting the 9 mantras for customer comfort. Out of these 9 mantras, I was particularly drawn to the one where you spoke about how MVP can provide customer comfort. Now, all of us know that an MVP is essentially a working prototype of the end product, which just highlights its core capabilities. Could you tell us a little bit more about an MVP?
Sure. First of all, thanks for inviting me for this podcast. As I have written in my recent blog about that we have to think always out of the box and think beyond the obvious in today's world while we are solving the customer's problem. So what I have come up with a new concept of MVP 2.0 as compared to the traditional MVP. The traditional MVP is like going for a test drive of a car. We go and we test the features of the car. But today MVP 2.0 talks about specialized MVP created for the special customers' needs and demands. So today Nitor Infotech services multiple type of customers. They range from funded startups till the large size ISVs, including the mid size ISVs. Okay. So we at Nitor Infotech have come up with the idea of specific MVP for a particular segment of the customers.
I see. So up until now, I thought that building an MVP was a one-size-fits-all sort of a thing, wherein you just built and delivered an MVP directly to your customer. But you have mentioned an MVP 2.0 over here to us. So how does an MVP 2.0 work for a funded startup?
Okay, the funded startup, as the name suggests, it needs instant gratification. They don't have time, the luxury of time. So what is important in case of funded startup is 3-step approach. First step is identifying the core concept that they have come up with for the startup. Second is coming up with the multiple areas that can be UI, the middle layer, the database, as well as the other components including the UI UX of that. And then third is the coming up with the prototype and get it gratified from the customers or the stakeholders. So that is how the MVP 2.0 for funded startups starts with.
Okay. Now, how is this MVP 2.0 applied for, say, a mid-size ISV?
Mid-size ISV having a lot of additional stakeholders as compared to a startup ISV. So there will be a lot of external parameters, like there will be external interfaces which need to be included in the MVP. Also, there has to be a lot of parameters like performance, scalability, security of the software product MVP that has to be considered for the MVP. This is to give confidence to the additional set of stakeholders.
Okay. Can you replicate the same MVP 2.0 model for a large size ISV as well?
Well, not really. Large size ISV needs to be a more structured approach. What I mean by structured approach is that we have to take the concept of MVP to the minimum from minimum viable product to the minimum available product. So it is a journey from MVP to MVP, which is very important for the large size ISVs. For that, Nitor Infotech has come up with 2 innovative concepts which all of our engineers at Nitor Infotech live day in and day out. They are known as, first is research as a service, second is peer product management.
Okay, could you tell us a bit more about research as a service first?
Okay, research as a service is all about technology. Today's technology world keeps on evolving every 6 months. So for the given problem statement of the customer, we have to come up with solution which is viable in terms of design, UI UX, in terms of technology, in terms of framework, in terms of cloud deployment, and so on and so forth. So we do research as part of our service to the customer and come up with the correct set of solution for the customer, and that is what is innovative concept and customers appreciate it.
Alright, and what about peer product management?
Peer product management is all about the product engineering, product development side of it. So in traditional ecosystem, what happens that the product management is in on-site. So they come up with the product definition, but someone has to translate it with the team working offshore. So the peer product management concept is all about creating the product definition, creating user stories, creating the acceptance criteria, doing the UAT of it, all of that being done offshore along with the team, which is co-located with the peer product management team. That is the concept.
Okay. And how does research as a service as well as peer product management tie together with our concept of MVP 2.0?
Great question. So I would like to relate it to a onion architecture. So in onion architecture, how it is, there are set of concentric circles. The smallest circle is the MVP 1, we can say. Then the next concentric circle will be MVP 2, which is adding the additional concepts of RaaS, PPM, and so on and so forth. We build up the MVPs for the customer, and every MVP is a complete product in itself. Right. So that is how we keep on building it up by tying our research as a service and peer product management.
Okay. So I think we've learned a lot about MVP as well as its evolved version known as MVP 2.0 in our podcast today. Any closing thoughts?
Sure. So just today I read about Tata's. Tata's are investing in a startup which has a unique idea of coming up with compassionate people to stay or work with the elderly people. So what they have started is what we can say MVP. They are doing it with 20 people in Mumbai, and they are going to expand all over India. And what they have come up with, compassionate people, and they are choosing people by having psychometric tests. Psychometric test tells about the empathy factor of human being, and which I have been talking in my blogs in the past, that empathy is very much important to understand customer and to grow customers' business. So empathy is and MVP concept are utilized not only in software development industry but across the industries.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, Abhijeet, thank you so much. Thank you for answering our questions, and we loved having you here on the Programmers Lab. We hope to host you again soon.
Thanks.
And to learn more about MVP as well as the evolved version of MVP and our other services, do visit us at nitorinfotech.com, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on all our social media platforms. Thank you.